It's my privilege to welcome you to Romans and Galatians during the spring semester of 2014. Happy New Year to each one of you. My name is Joshua Rice, and I'll be serving as your instructor for the course, and I feel very honored to do so. Just so you know something about me, allow me to introduce myself. I received the PhD in New Testament last year, about a year and a half ago, and began to teach both on the classroom and in the online program for Lee immediately following. I also teach at Pentecostal Theological Seminary at the graduate level, right across the street. My major emphasis is Paul. In fact, the book that I published last year is on 1 Corinthians through Pickwick Press. It's called Paul and Patronage. And so I have a real passion for sharing with you my passion for the Pauline literature, particularly Romans and Galatians. So we're going to have a lot of fun digging into this. I am a full-time pastor and associate on staff at Mount Perrin North in Marietta, Georgia, and I also serve as a generosity consultant for the Generis firm. So if any of you are leaders in your local church and would like to talk about what it means to accelerate generosity toward expansion, whatever that looks like in your context, I would absolutely be honored to have that conversation with you. Let's talk a bit specifically about the Romans and Galatians course. First off, I'm sure you've noticed that there are two textbooks, literally three textbooks. The first is on Galatians. The first 3 weeks we'll be spending with Gordon Fee. Gordon Fee is an Assemblies of God scholar, a world-renowned Pentecostal scholar, and I think you're really going to enjoy getting into his Pentecostal commentary on Galatians. And there is a 2-volume set that you should have by William Greathouse, coming to the letter to the Romans from a Wesleyan hermeneutic. And so if you don't have those textbooks, I really encourage you to talk to the bookstore or get on Amazon and get them right away because, as you know, the course moves fast. The Romans and Galatians course essentially consists of 3 components. First are the weekly posts. We'll talk about those in a minute, discussion posts. Second is a research project, which I'll be stepping you through each week. And then third and last are weekly reflection papers. Now, as we look at the assignments, one big question I hope is in your mind, and that is, what kind of professor are you working with during this term? Simply put, I am a very engaged professor. Students who are high performing do very, very well in my classes. In fact, I don't know of an online class I've taught through Lee in which over half of the students did not get an A. So I help my classes break the bell curve by being very engaged as much as I can through cyberspace in the learning process. However, I have found that low-performing students drop and fail my classes in a hurry. Occasionally you get a student who expects that they're not going to do very much work and skate by. That doesn't work in my classes. So I'm a very engaged professor. So what are my expectations of you? Well, first let's talk about the posts. Number one, I'm expecting that your post be on time. That is by Saturday night of each week. Why? Because it gives me the opportunity on Saturday night, Sunday, occasionally Monday morning, but I'm committed by Sunday night to reading each post and to commenting on it. And sometimes my comment might ask for more information if your post is insufficient. What I'm looking for is simple: clear engagement with the Fee/Greathouse text. I'm not looking for your devotional. I'm not really looking for your opinion, except as it comes through the lens of engagement with the textbook. This is a college-level course from Lee University. Lee University is known all around the world. And I can't sleep at night unless I know that you're getting a college education in Romans and Galatians. This is not a small group Bible study. This is not a Sunday school class. You're going to be engaging hardcore scholarly material, and you can do it. And if you feel a little shaky, I'm going to help you do it. I guarantee you, every one of you, by the end of this, if you finish the course, you're going to have the confidence that you can do biblical studies at a scholarly level with these textbooks. So that's what I'm looking for in the post. When it comes to the research project and the reflection papers, what I'm looking for is that you follow the guidelines of the assignment. Length requirements to the letter, minimum source requirements, all of those requirements. Keep in mind, we're not in a classroom, unfortunately. My only way of gauging how to grade you is, did you follow the parameters of the assignment? And of course, each week I'll create a video like this to step you through what to expect. One final word I want to mention about posts. You'll notice that other than the Get to Know You post, my formatting is a little bit different. You won't be able to see any students' posts until you post your own. That's just to encourage you to do original work and, unfortunately, to cut back on the reality of plagiarism. I'm in the process of failing 3 graduate students this week for plagiarizing papers that I got from last semester. So I see that, so not trying to be condescending to anybody, but I see that so much that one way I make sure that your work is original is through my particular mode of discussion forum. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to email. I think that's all I have as we get going. This week is simple. You have some reading. You're going to be viewing a video. We're going to be getting to know one another, and then there is a post that will help you reflect on modern-day circumcision through the lens of Fee's conversation about circumcision in Galatians. Galatians is a letter about circumcision. That's the center of gravity that is causing Paul to write this passionate plea. And I believe that passionate plea can be summarized in this question: is Jesus enough, or do I need Jesus and something else? Jesus and works, Jesus and a political affiliation. In their day, it was Jesus and circumcision. But what would that Jesus plus blank be in our day? I think we'll have a really robust discussion on the post about that. If you need to contact me, I have a 24-hour response policy. I'll get back to you within a day. 9 times out of 10, I'll get back to you within 4 or 5 hours. Email me anytime at jrice@leeuniversity.edu. Also, let me provide my cell phone number. It's 404-665-7007. Feel free to email or call anytime. If you call, you're probably going to get my voicemail, unfortunately, but I will call you back. Leave me your number. I want to be fully available to you as we engage the learning process together. One last piece, thanks all of you for hanging in there this long. I would like to have a phone conversation with each and every one of you during the course of the term. And it's just to touch base with you, to get to know you a little bit, to answer any questions you might have, and I hope to help you succeed. Sometimes email in cyberspace can be so impersonal. And so I'll be sending out an email with slots, asking you to choose a slot just so we can have a brief 10-minute touch base. I think that would be helpful. We could also do it through Skype if you have that kind of capability. Have a great week. Let's have a big start to the class. God bless.